Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you all for tuning into my 61st episode of Project Renaissance Man. Um, Today, I'm going to be shedding light on the phrase having something to show for yourself because I think people really don't get what this means. It's been used and thrown around so often um, that people just don't really think about it, about the meaning. They just, you know, regurgitate it and use it to mean something. They give it a meaning. They attribute to it a meaning that is very reductive and limiting. It doesn't cover what it really means to have something to show for yourself. So I'm going to enlighten you guys on what this really means, and also why the true meaning uh, should be recognized as such. And the importance of the message behind the true meaning. So, most people, when they say having something to show for yourself, they say it in a negative way. Like they'll say, this person has nothing to show for himself or herself. And what they're saying is, this person has jack shit. This person doesn't have a pot to piss in. And oftentimes, this is said with relation to material things. So, if you're broke, you don't have a car, you don't own your own house, but you've been around on the earth for a while, people will say this to put somebody else down. And this isn't wholly true. That's the problem. A lot of people have a lot to show for themselves without having all these material things. So we can't limit this meaning to represent only how much we have materialistically, because the error in this is that when we look at the people that do have all these things, interestingly enough, there's a huge hole in their lives. They're missing something else, and that's why they're trying to buy all this stuff. They want to compensate, for what they're missing. They're missing something deep, whether that be a connection with family, a healthy, strong connection with family, or feeling unfulfilled. And so they just succumb to the blueprint of society and just try to buy things to impress and to be validated. Either of those two things, they're both key reasons as to why people go out and they just buy up all this stuff. But then when they base their identity on their material possessions, if a hurricane comes along and wipes all that shit out, what it's implying logically is that they are equivalent to nothing at that point because they based their identity on their belongings. But if you have qualities such as kindness, and you communicate well, and you love deeply and passionately, and you're ambitious and you're driven, and you have all these solid qualities, these things are irreplaceable. You can't lose these things unless you've ceased to exist. But those other things, possessions, those things can be wiped out in one brief moment. You fall back behind on a bank loan, they'll take your shit, they'll take your car, they'll take your house. But you can't take my qualities. You can't take my ability to fight well, or my ability to love well, or my ambition, or my drive, or my desires. Those things can't be taken from me. And so, that's why when I look at this, having something to show for yourself, I look at people that, because if we break this down, having something to show for yourself, in my eyes, equates to having acquired something worthy of the effort that you had put into acquiring this thing. But I mean, if you're grinding like forever at a dead-end job and you get a car, you finally get a car, to me that's not having something to show for yourself, because how much time did you put into that? And then how low was your wage? How much time did you waste away? How much time did you take away from family to get that car? You may not even own that car. Even if you do own it, to me that's not having something to show for yourself. So it's way deeper than that. I wish I could continue this, but I'm running short on time. I forgot to delete something in my phone, so now I don't have a lot of time to work with. But I thank you all for tuning in to my 61st episode of Project Renaissance Man. If you enjoyed the video,